Let's talk about the number one best meal to clear out your arteries. People spend a lot of time talking about what not to eat. Today we're going to talk about what to eat. This is going to be quite surprising for many because it's not going to follow the exact traditional model set by the American Heart Association. To figure out what to eat, we have to really look at the layer of tissue that's exposed to the blood going through the arteries. And that's called the endothelial layer. It controls your blood pressure both high and low. It also acts as a filter, especially as the blood vessels go through the kidney. One other very unique thing about it is that the fuel that it prefers is actually glucose. Now, you don't actually have to consume glucose. Your body can very easily make glucose. Because it uses glucose as the primary fuel, that means it also needs insulin to hold this glucose in, which leaves the inside of the artery susceptible to problems with insulin. The majority of the population has this insulin resistance problem. How do you develop insulin resistance? By consuming things that increase insulin, and that would be the chronic consumption of carbohydrates, snacking. Both snacking too much and the consumption of too many carbohydrates creates a situation of insulin resistance. The next thing to talk about is nitric oxide. The nitric oxide relaxes the vessels and helps to keep the arteries from becoming stiff. Vitamin D is another thing that triggers nitric oxide. Vitamin D is so powerful and potent at helping support that endothelial layer. There's a couple other things that trigger nitric oxide. One is arginine. This is why a lot of people are currently taking it as a supplement to help lower their blood pressure. Another interesting thing about nitric oxide is testosterone increases nitric oxide. Unfortunately, nowadays, many people have low testosterone as a result of plastics in the environment. Another element that contributes to increasing nitric oxide is magnesium. Magnesium tends to relax muscle spasms, tends to reduce cortisol, and think about what cortisol does. It increases stress. Let's take a look at what the mainstream providers recommend to eat to prevent heart problems and really analyze critically. Because if we take a look at Cheerios, you can see a little certification seal on the package. All you need to have to get this little certification is if 51% of those ingredients are whole grains. You can have refined grains in there, you can have sugars in there, and it's still heart healthy, but we'll leave that for you to decide. Let's also take a look at another heart healthy thing that's recommended, seed oils. If we look at the mainstream recommendation, they basically recommend whole grains, unsaturated seed oils for the heart. Both of those items will start to raise insulin. We're also told to avoid saturated fat. Things with saturated fat have cholesterol, and that could damage the heart and clog our arteries. This is why people say you need to avoid red meat, and many even promote the regular consumption of processed coconut oil. Keep in mind, 1 single teaspoon of processed coconut oil has more cholesterol than 7 ounces of a steak. The best meal that you can eat to support healthy arteries, to help support a healthy heart, the first thing to know is we want to consume something that does not mess up our insulin. We're going to have to go low carb. Ketogenic is going to be best because with ketones, you can bypass this insulin resistance and feed that layer of the inside the artery. The primary part of this meal is going to be red meat, the exact thing that they tell you not to eat. You can do a hamburger or something like that, just make sure it's grass-fed. If you're going to have a burger, melting some raw natural cheese provides a source of vitamin K2. Red meat is also loaded with zinc, which will directly improve your testosterone. As far as how much, it could range anywhere from 6 ounces to 8 ounces. The mistake a lot of people make is they start going plant-based protein that are not very bioavailable. Now let's get into the second part of this meal, and we recommend that you have a salad. Arugula is ideal and will also increase nitric oxide. The other thing that can help you is pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds have high magnesium, high zinc, and selenium. Pumpkin seeds can increase nitric oxide. Maybe just take a handful of pumpkin seeds with your meal. The last thing we'll want to bring up is vitamin D to support a healthy heart. There's nothing more powerful than the vitamin D3. It's virtually impossible to get your vitamin D from food unless you're an Eskimo and you're eating all this seal fat. So you're going to have to get it from the sun. When you're getting the sun, get a lot of it, just don't get burnt. In the winter, you can't get it from the sun, so you're going to have to take it as a supplement. As a maintenance dosage, you need at least 10,000 IUs every single day. That will greatly help your heart and many other things. So there you have it. The number one best meal to clear out your arteries. Grass-fed red meat with raw cheese, arugula salad with pumpkin seeds, and don't forget your vitamin D3. If this video opened your eyes to a completely different approach to heart health, make sure to comment below with your thoughts, share this with someone who needs to see it, and hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to the Foodie Rated channel for more amazing recipes, reviews, and food adventures that challenge conventional thinking and help you live your best life. And as always, until next time, happy eating.